As mentioned, a guru is a person who want to lead from the person from darkness to light with a highly educated sixth sense. He is totally seeing a person in the kingdom of the spirituality, blind and ignorant. Guru is not someone who holds a torch for you. He is a torch for your life. Guru shows the way of serenity. In teaching of yoga, it is considered as a divine knowledge, where not only the body and the mind activates and works to proper functioning, but it also helps in awakening to the spiritual level. Yoga awakens to your spiritual level, as which very well said in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Yama, Nima, Asana, Pranayama. When you enter the Antarayama, you slowly go toward the divinity and go toward the Samadhi level. You go very deep into the Nirbija Samadhi and Sampradaya Samadhi. Okay? The Guru Shisya Parampara has been an inevitable part of education in ancient culture with Indian culture. This involves the tradition of a living and learning relationship between the Guru and the student, signifying the emotional, intellectual, and spiritual bonding between them. We know is this Guru, Ramakrishna Param's. We need Guru to change our attitude. We need Guru to achieve the success in our life. We need Guru for remove the ignorance and illiteracy. We need Guru to drink the water from the reservoir of knowledge. We need Guru to learn the discipline. We need Guru to think into ourselves. We need Guru to get liberty in our life. We need Guru to achieve the ultimate aim. We need Guru for removing the chain of social orthodox notions. We need Guru to spit out bad words from pious mouth. Spit out bad words from a pious mouth. We need Guru to feel the inner self energy. We need Guru to transform the barbaric self into emotional self. We need Guru to see the picture of God. He is the path or the mediator, the person who takes us to the path of divine bliss, thereby attaining the awareness and the knowledge of Ishvara. Purvesham api guruhu kalena anivachate. Purvesham was the first earlier ancient api to also guru, receptor of the master, kalena by time, anavachate, not limited by time or continuous. So he is the teacher of teachers because with him there is no limitation by time, he is omnipresence. Need of Guru's grace in our life. Guru's grace is instrumental in bringing about one's liberation. Guru's grace helps one in undertaking the spirituality or unfavorable environment. If you have the Guru like Sant Kabir or Sant, you can get ultimate motto of life, that is moksha. Guru's grace is given strength within the worldly problems. Guru's grace is essential and vital and pivotal, where not only personal, spiritual, and worldly progress, but also to transfer today's spirituality, impure environment to a pure, progressive, and blissful society. These are the steps which takes you to the path of moksha. Okay. Guru's positioning system, going from the ignorance to this position. Okay. Importance in yoga education. Evam Mode Mate Sadaha Tadev Saya Dachanam Ta Vavara Jataha Guru Padisya Hata Magena Na Sagam Va Samava Rasate. It is in 1.14 of Hatha Pradipika, if I am not mistaken. In the first chapter it is given. Then us, this has to be seen what is this. Okay, this I'll let you know. Om Savivaha, Om Tat Savitur. This is Oh, that is Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahe Tejasvina Vadi Tamastuhu. That is combined the Om together, maybe to move. Together we may to release. This is the yoga starting prayer we do while taking the yoga classes. That is the teacher and the student. The teacher is not a teacher in strict sense. The teacher is a guru who imparts the knowledge of together may perform a study with vigor, may what or study to be filled with brilliance of understanding leading to knowledge, may it not due to rise to hostility due to lack of understanding. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. Then contribution of what for development of values. Value education means inculcating in the children a sense of humanism, a deep concern for the well-being of others and the nation. Now, value education is the process of increasing the overall character of a student. It also includes character development, personality development, and spiritual development. It, it also includes character development, personality development, spiritual development. It develops a sensible person with strong characters and values. Now, what are the things we see? Personal values. Personal values means whatever a person needs in social relationship. Some of them are duty, morality, confidence, self-motivation, regularity, ambition, courage, vision, and imagination. These are the personal values of any person. Beauty, you know everything. Morality, what extent is observing the morality in his daily life. Confidence, how far is his confidence level. Self motivation, whether he is getting motivated or not. Regularity, regularity, punctuality. Here regularity is punctuality. Ambition, what is future ambition to become? Courage, vision, and imagination. Social values, love, compassion, tolerance, and justice, which are the basic teachings of most of our religions, need to be woven into environmental education. These are the values to be nurtured so that all forms of life and biodiversity on this earth are protected. Cultural and religious values. These are the values enshrined in Vedas like Devi Dada Me Praktihi. That is, you give me and I give you. It is mentioned in the Ajurveda. Emphasize that man should not exploit nature without nurturing her. Our cultural customs and rituals in many ways teach us to perform such functions as should protect and nurture nature and respect every aspect of nature, treating them as sacred, are its rivers or mountains or forests. Ethical values. Environmental education should encompass the ethical values of the earth-centric rather than human-centric worldview. The education system should promote the earth citizenship thinking instead of considering human being as supreme. We have to think of for the welfare of the earth. Global values. The concept that a human civilization is a part of the planet as a whole, and similarly, nature and various natural phenomena over the earth are interconnected and interlinked to special bonds of harmony. If we disturb the harmony anywhere, there is an ecological imbalance leading to catastrophic results. Global values means and various naturally over the earth are interconnected and interlinked with special bonds of harmony. If you disturb anywhere, there is an ecological imbalance leading to a catastrophe. That means the harmonious relationship in any human being should be considered and should be respected. Okay. Spiritual values, principles of self-restraint, self-discipline, contentment, reduction of wants, freedom from greed, and austerity are some of the finest elements intrinsically woven into the traditional and religious fabric of our country. All these values promote conservationism and transform a consumeristic approach. Okay, these are the spiritual values. Last two, last. So these are the five major points and six major points. So we repeat again: the value of education is a process of increasing the overall character of a student. It also includes the character development, personality development, and spiritual development. It develops a sensible person. This one. Personal values, social values, cultural and religious values. Okay. Then ethical values, then notional values and spiritual values. Okay. Then it gives the student a progressive way for the future and also helps them to know the real purpose of their life. This makes it clear the best way to live a life that can be helpful to individual as well as people around. Value education helps students to become more responsive and practical. This helps them to better recognize the perception of life and lead a positive life. Sorry, and lead a positive life. Okay, as a responsible resident. It also helps in developing a strong relation with families and friends. It changes the personality and character of the student. In your society, you can see the difference between an uneducated person or an educated person, an educated person and a yoga person. Okay, you can also see the difference between an ordinary yoga person and a spiritual person. A person is divinely blessed. You can see the difference in his nature in behavior, with his families and friends. This is what it is used. So, what are the effects of the value of the education that is mentioned here? Okay. Now, what are the values? Bouncing back, courtesy, perseverance, honesty, honor, freedom, confidence, tolerance, tolerance, care and compassion, doing your best, inclusion, cooperation, getting along, organization, trustworthiness, and responsibilities. So these are the values of the education. So how much it will be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. These are the values of education. So at least you should be able to remember all these 16, if not the major points on that. So what is the major point? Confidence, honesty, perseverance, okay, care and compassion, doing our best, inclusion, cooperation, getting along, accepting the mistakes and accepting the correctness, organization, trustworthiness, and responsibility. Okay. The yamas and the niyara, restrictions and the niyamas are to be consciously practiced in. Ahimsa means that you know about restraining oneself from the reactive tendency to be angry when one's desires are not met, or the tendency to abuse others and enter into conflicts. Here the antidote is meant. Then Satya, this principle is about saying the truth and acting from your truth. Okay. The word Sat translates into true essence. Satya is not only about acting with honesty when you are surrounded by people, but working with true integrity when you are not being judged and your actions are not being noticed. The Sanskrit word Sat means true and Ya means to do it. The Satya translates to expressing and being in harmony with the eternal truth. It is believed that when you are in Satya state, you cannot lie or be untruthful because you are united with the pure truth. Brahmacharya, Brahmacharya is control or sublimation of the sensual and sexual drive and deals with the emotion of lust. Hence, by practicing, we can restrain the tendency to seek the sensual pleasure as a goal and to misuse our sexual energy, which is to be converted into a spiritual energy. Okay. Asteya. Asteya means non-stealing or non-covetousness. Therefore, observing this guideline will counteract our tendency to give into our desires or think that satisfying material desires the goal of life. Aprigraha means accumulation and control of greed so much at the root of our society ills. Thus, observing these guidelines counteracts our tendency to think that the more we attain or possess, the more will we are safe and secure. Niyama distinct to the purity. The observance helps to counteract the impurities in our bodies, mind, and other outer environment and to come in the deeper contact with our true self. But we purify the emotions and thoughts, which are like covering our eyes, we can begin to see more clearly and gain a more true perspective. Santosha is contentment. This practice will help us counteract the tendency to look externally for happiness and instantly find that happiness comes from within. Tapaha means austerity. This practice will counteract the belief or the efforts of the body and mind are the goals of life. Swadhyaha. Swadhyaya is the study of the scriptures. Doing this will help us to counteract the idea that only what we can see and what we people tell us about what we. Ishvara Pranidhana means self-surrender to God or a higher power. Self-surrender counteracts our tendency to think that we are the best and the top. By practicing self-control will help us work through our karmas by activating the acceptance and knowing that everything happens for a reason. Nirma and Nirma showcase the ethical aspects and the royal path of yoga. They help in understanding the behavior and nature of the person and increase the standard of living. So, what is the features of an ideal yoga teacher in the development of the healthy society? Salient features of an ideal role of a yoga teacher in value education, role of yoga in development of a healthy society. Okay, ability to connect. No matter the size, or certified yoga instructors make everyone feel comfortable and have an impact on each person so that a person feeling like they belong. Every great yoga teacher will touch the heart of the students in some way. Presence. Any successful teacher must command the attention of the students. Yoga students should want to watch every move the teacher makes. It's an indescribable quality, like a natural confidence. As the yoga teacher walks the room, a subtle touch, a shout cut, or even a glance can be enough to uplift the students. This can vary greatly within yoga teachers. Some warm your heart with the way they teach, while others bring a light-heartedness and sense of humor. Ideally, you want your energy to be focused, calm, centered, and enthusiastic. That is the energy and personality. Okay. Preparation. Having a plan for the yoga is always a great idea. Know what you are going to do in the class that day. Arrive early, talk to students, and create a peaceful environment before the class even begins. Personal, yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, preparation. Next is personalization. The meaning here changes depending on who you ask. Some say it means a yoga teacher should have a certain teaching style, a signature look, or a phrase, or simply the ability to cater to both beginners and advanced students at the same time. Flexibility is important not just for your body. Great certified yoga instructors and adjust their teaching based on their audience. They have planned, but that plan can be changed to cater to their audience. There is certain intuition required to listen and care for your students, even if they are not directly giving you feedback. Now, flexibility is the one thing at the spot to be decided by the teacher. Depends upon what type of students are sitting before you. Okay, suddenly a group of teachers at some group of students had come, a younger generation who are in the stressful life of IT industry, working in IT and leading to more stressful life. So asanas and pranayama really to de-stress the stressful life should be taken into that account. Though some students may be there with therapy problems that are diabetes, asthma problems and all, there may be some students. You should see at who are the audiences who have come, who are the new audiences who have come, and how you can take the class. What should be the lecture? What should be the subject topic of teaching? Okay, these all factors has to be taken. Physicality, the best way to lead is by example. While you don't have to be the most gifted physically, you do have to understanding of movement, alignment, and physiology, and a consistent practice of your own. My own experience, I'll tell you, During the period of these 2 years of this corona period, online classes were in very much high demand and very much high success. So lot of this uh, PPT presentation and the slides presentation, just like Sat Chakras relaxation and all, these were told to the students who are new students who are regular in the classes. They are made to explain the color of chakra, the Bija mantras and all. What are the importance of the chakras in the human body? How chakras can relax the each and every part of the body, each and every system how it can function effectively. These all things are explained, and ultimately the shavasana was taken on the Shat chakras. Okay, starting from Mooladhara to Sahasrara chakra. Okay, teaching the person must want to teach, want to improve, and want to inspire, while none of us want to hear a lecture. It's a great when a yoga teacher really knows their stuff. A simple explanation of the medical benefits of posture or variations for people with injuries or physical limitations can go a long way in demonstrating the knowledge and gaining credibility. What other qualities do you find important? Who is our favorite yoga instructor? Share with us below. Become a certified yoga teacher today in Ministry of Ayush. Okay. So these are the 10 qualities of the teacher, yoga teacher. Same way, analyzing the students, the yoga teacher should know. So this is a profile, especially what are the, because yoga is from the body and the mind. So family background is important. The official value working is important. Okay, this you can analyze the stress level of the person is having. How many children are there? What are their education? What are the, so what is he spending more of his time with children for the school education or the college education or engineering education? So lot of money is involved. So financially whether it is weak or not, all these factors are taken into a stress consideration. Okay, so the analysis should be done by teacher before admitting a student for the class. This we have prepared a profile also for a student, how he can fill it up. Then we'll come to know what is his background. Then his health profile, he or she, what is his age. If it is above 50, we know some health issues will be there. Then the health issues has to be spelled out. So accordingly, we can go for the methodology of treatment. Okay. Physiological benefits, psychological benefits, and cognitive function. Now, what are these? Uh, Psychological benefits are what? Improved mood, increase somatic awareness and kinesthetic awareness, subject for well-being, self-acceptance, self-activation and social adjustment, decreased is hostility, anxiety and depression, decreased, increases these all the factors. Physiological benefits are improved general health, posture, muscle tone, sleep, immunity and pain tolerance. Weight normalizes, stable autonomic nervous system, increased cardiorespiratory efficiency, musculoskeletal flexibility, range of joint movement, physical endurance, strength and energy levels, decreased heart rate, blood pressure, respiratory rate, and EMG activity. Normalize the GIT, gastrointestinal tract, and endocrine functions. Okay, these are the physiological benefits. What are the cognitive functioning which affect the nervous system? Memory, attention, concentration, depth perception, and learning efficiency. So these are the qualities of a teacher. So we have gone into the education, the features of the ideal yoga teacher, what are the role of yoga teacher, value education, etc. We go to the next topic, that yoga for personality development. Any difficulty before I proceed? Only Akila and Srihari and Shachiratna has come. Shiva has not come. Yeah. Any questions to be asked? Shashi, Srihari?
Sir, Shivji is in traveling. There is no proper signal.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Shashi, before we proceed to the yoga for personality development.
Sir, you can go ahead.
Huh?
You can go ahead, sir. You can proceed further.
Okay. 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 Yoga for types of personality. Okay. What are the topics that in the determinants of personality with reference to psychology, psychosocial environment, knowledge of various facets and stages of development, personality development, role of spirituality and positive attitude in personality development, role of yogic practices, asana, pranayama, satkama, bandha mudra in the personality development. Okay. Meaning, Latin word persona, the mask worn by actors while playing their role in the drama. Personality means P stands for perception capacity, E for emotional maturity, R for responsive to the situation, S for sociability, O for originality, N for neutrality, A for appearance, L for leadership, I for integrated, T for tendency, U for Y for M. Okay. Then we go to third one. Definition. Personality is a dynamic organization within the individual of those psychophysical systems that determine its unique adjustment to its environment. The Gordon Ellicott. Again, personality is a dynamic organization within the individual of those psychophysical systems that determine its unique adjustment to its external environment. So this is the definition of personality. Temperament definition. It is a set of inborn personality characteristics that influence an individual's manner of reacting to environment, or personality characteristics that define an individual's mood and behavioral tendencies. Okay. Development of personality, physics, chemical, environment, and learning. Now, what are the factors which affect the pituitary gland, thyroid gland, and the endocrine glands, adrenal glands, and the sex glands? Okay. Environment are home, school, society, and cultural difference. Environment. And this develops into a personality. Physics, that is a health overall, then the endocrine glands, the environment, and the learning ability. Okay. This develops into a personality. What are the factors in personality development? Biological factors, sociological factors, and psychological factors. Biological factors lead into physics, chemical and nervous system. Chemicals in the glands, endocrine glands. Sociological function, home, school, language, and culture. Psychological factors are intelligence, motivation, emotion, attitude, interest, and sentiments. Intelligence, motivation, emotion, attitude, and interest, sentiment. Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology. Okay. Extrovert, ambivert, and introvert. Extrovert is enjoys spending time with others, is outgoing, prefers to work on teams, likes to talk things out with others, enjoys others, ambivert is enjoys others but needs alone time, can be outgoing in the right context, can be teams after working independently, can process the output or internally, enjoys spending the time alone, is reserved, prefers to work independently, likes to process internally. Okay. So Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology. So Jung's work has been influenced in the fields of psychiatry, anthropology, archaeology, literature, philosophy, and religious studies. Okay. Now, it's very important you study psychology, where we can take Sigmund Freud is the famous author for studying in psychology. He had developed the need of ego, then superego, ego and superego. He was pleasure principle, unconscious mind. Then ego is the subconscious mind, reality principle, subconscious mind. Super ego is the consciousness which is having the conscious mind. Okay, psychoanalytical theory that is. So this is the concept of Sigmund Freud. You study details in psychology. This is just understanding or understanding the personality development in this one. Okay, next. Roots, psychosexual development theory of personality, oral stage, anal stage, tanic stage, latency, and genital stage. These are the various stages. The girls goes under this and the boys also undergoes this stage in the initial, what we call the puberty stage. Roots, psychosexual development theory of personality, approximate ages, erotic functions, key tasks, and experiences. Yeah, I think this is not so much important for me. It is not waste the time on that. 5 states of Chitta, these are very important. Rishi Vyasa classified the personality on Chitta level. What is the state of Chitta? Muda, Shikta, Vikshikta, Ekagra, Niruddha. This is mentioned where? Can anybody tell? First chapter of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Muda, Shikta, Vikshikta, state of mind. What are the gunas? Muda means dull. This has the tamasic stage. Shikta has the rajas stage. Vikshikta, partially concentrated, has the mixed sattva. Mixed sattva means there's either a parts of rajas, there's parts of sattva also. Ekagra, one-pointed awareness. Pure sattva. It is purity in nature. Then niruddha means controlled. Inhalation of the gunas. Means all the trigunas will be mentioned there. Control. When they all the gunas will be in the balanced state. Rajas, tamas, and sattva will be in the balanced state. Okay. Then symptoms. What are mood? What are the how the person goes into dullness, sleep, delusion, fear, laziness. What is the distracted mind? What are the positive frustrated symptoms? Pain, worry, fickle-mindedness, selfish actions. Vikshipta, equal to Vikshipta is joy, patience, selflessness, joy, patience, virtuous qualities, and selfless actions. Ekagra, one-pointedness, increasing detachment. When his mind gets detached from the various other external objects, so its concentration is become very focused. Niruddha, control, abiding in the self. When concentrating on the Atma Sarup or on Atma stage. What are the causes? The symptoms we have seen. What are the causes? Dullness causes. What are the causes? Lust, anger, greed, and infatuation. Distracted mind causes are attachment, hatred, and selfishness. Vikshipta, partially concentrated, selflessness and righteousness. Ekagra, lower dispassion. Niruddha, supreme dispassion. Okay. Then inclination. Mood has got vice. Inclination. Virtues and vice for Vikshipta. Then you have Shipta already. And then we have Vikshipta. We have knowledge, virtues, dispassion, spiritual, and prosperity. Okay. Ekagra, wisdom, and Niruddha, kaivalya or liberation. Okay. These are. And what are the vrittis? Outgoing and all studies in first one. That is in mood, then in Shipta, in Shipta is virtues and vice. Sorry, outgoing and all-sided. Sorry, outgoing and all-sided. Okay. Then Vichitta has got ingoing and beginning of samadhi. Okay, it goes to the inner side of the consciousness. Then ekagra 1.8. As you move from dullness to the lower level, to the final level, you go to the state of samadhi. Okay, 1.8 and lower samadhi. Beginning of samadhi, lower samadhi, and controlled and higher samadhi. Okay, ekagrata control. Lowest class, which are the classes? Lowest class, general classes, aspirants, yogis, and perfected yogis. These are common man, because common man has all these qualities of lust, anger, sleep, delusion, fear, laziness. Then he, out of the continuous practices, he gives away this delusion, fear. Then he develops into this. Then he develops joy, pleasure as he moves upward. Then he goes the detachment of the external detachment objects. Then he goes into the Atma Sakshatkaram or self-realization. So these are very important topics. These are very important. They will ask in the examination. 5 states of the states of Chitta. So this table has to be remembered in toto. How to remember this table? From going from the Rajasic state to the Sattva state. Okay. What are the qualities and this much? What are the gunas which are classified? Everything has to be known. Okay. Then psychological development from infant to adult. See, what is the stage of 4 stages the man has to undergo: childhood, adulthood, then he come to married life, then he go to the old ashram, and like like me, a old person. Okay. Stages of psychosocial development: integrity versus despair, generality and stagnation, intimation, isolation, identity versus role of the confusion, industry versus inferiority, initiative versus guilt, autonomy versus shame and doubt, and trust versus mistrust. Okay. Infant has to cross to all the stage: infant, toddler, preschooler, grade schooler, teenager, young adult, middle aged adult, older adult. Okay. So these are the various stages of the mind. Okay. Intimacy, solution and all. Then there are slides. Determinants of personality. What are the determinants? Biological factors, cultural factors, social factors, and situational factors. Then we have to go to deep of these biological factors. Each factors have to be seen in this one. What are the various factors of personality? Now, biological factors. Now, brain is one of the most important factors of personality determinant. It is generally believed that the father and the child adopt almost the same type of brain stimulation, and the later differences are the result of the environment in which the child has grown up. Electrical stimulation of the brain and split brain psychology and the outcome of the genetic transmissions and are the tools that are used by the management of any organization to mold and amend the employee's behavior to a more positive and proper stage. Okay. Then we have the next was these are the cultural factors. One of the most important factors determining is the physical characteristics of any individual. It is believed that a factor plays a vital role in the determination one's behavior in any organization. Physical features may involve the height of a person, the color, white or black, his health state, fat or skinny, and his beauty, and so on. These factors are involved when interacting with any other person and thus contribute the personality development in many ways. We have, I think we have missed this much factor. 1 minute. Cultural factors, social factors, situational factors, biological factors, social, and then we have the hereditary factors. Last but not the least, the hereditary factor plays a very important role as major determinants and factors of personality. Hereditary factors are the ones that are determined at the time of conception. These factors not only affect the physical features of person, but the intelligence level, or attentiveness, gender, temperament, various inherited disease and energy level, all get affected by them. The example of how hereditary factors determine such a huge and significant part of an individual personality can easily be observed in children. Many children behave exactly how their parents do. Similarly, two siblings also have a lot of things in common. What are the two things? Last but not the least, yeah. That is. Similarly, two siblings have lot of things in common. Yeah. Sorry. Social factors. Social factors also play a vital role in determining one's personality. The things that revolve and evolve around us on a regular basis determine our personality. The society that we live in, the cultural environment that we face daily, the community we get interacted to, all are included in this factor. Relationship, coordination, cooperation, interaction, environment in the family, organization, workplaces, communities, societies, all contribute in way or another as personality determines. Cultural factors, different sectors, section of society India has, okay, and cultural factors. Personality development through yoga, that everybody knows how your development takes place. When you develop your personality, what are the factors which improve the awareness, improve the self-knowledge, find a greater self-direction, building self-confidence, enhancing the lifestyle of the quality of life, becoming happier and making others also happier, controlling anger, improving health, spiritual development, and much more. Okay. Don't remain a bud, blossom like a flower. Don't remain a bud, blossom like a flower. Come out of this and bloom out, bloom out. Then there are various dimensions of personality. They are really physical, emotional, intellectual, social, and which form the and spiritual aspects of our behavior. Okay. For a holistic personality, yoga plays an important role. Okay. Yoga practically asanas, pranayamas, and bandhas and mudras play a beneficial role in physical development of the children. There is asanas and pranayama which help to improve the functioning of the body. Yoga plays a critical role in development of positive emotions. It helps in brings emotional stability. It helps to control the emotions. Yoga practices the yama, nima, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, meditation also helps in emotional management. Yama, nima helps in meditation of this much. Examples of Yama include the key elements and are very important in the betterment of our relation with our friends. Spiritual development, Yama, nima, asana, Yama and niyama helps to develop our more values like pranayama help us to realize one's true self. Pranayama and meditation. Introspection is very effective for the development of the self development. Okay. Yama, Nima, Asana, Pranayama, that is you all are aware of this. Aurobindo is yoga is a teaching for total personality development at physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. Okay, this is prepared by our Thane School of Yoga. It's a India model. The recording
Sir, you have